Fuck.
6月もう時を超えてます。おお、7月でした。ちょっと。
Jesus Christ, that's the loudest thing I've ever heard. I've now gotten it down to a manageable level. Look! Kusoryu! Kusoryu means shitty Ryu. That's such a sick name. This is the guy who like hits light normals all the time. He's showed up like the last few times. He played Yuri in last one. He was the one who picked Super 2 Yuri. What's with the light normals? Light normals don't do anything in this game. It's honestly really specific to use light normals at all. You mostly use them for super confirms or like nothing. Super confirms and tick throws are like 80% of the use of light normals in this game. Oh my god, this Ryu is so shit. His name is accurate. What's he the way he moves is so weird and stupid. He's not actually controlling any space. What's all these backdashes? Why does he hit the buttons he hits? Why is he hitting towards Fierce, dude? Towards Fierce does fucking nothing in this game. It's not even the beginning of your like max damage combos or anything like that. I wish he was hitting low strong or sand strong. Sand forward's pretty good. That parry didn't really do anything. The jab was actually a good anti-air because if it gets parried, you can just do a bunch more. That was a decent punish. That was a decent thick meaty. This guy is clearly not utterly without skill. But he's doing so much stupid shit. That was probably a really bad use of meter, especially considering the range at which he used it. Should have been trying to save that. Oh my god, he's so predictable too. Hugo has a hard time with that. I can't believe that worked. It looked like Hugo did wake up shoot down backbreaker, which is like a pretty bad idea most of the time. Because even if you get the correct read of like jump back normal, the shoot down backbreaker will still generally lose to it. Okay. This does like 50% of your health. Anti-air DP is actually a pretty clean win, but it's so risky for Ryu. Because it's one parry or like 2 free EX. He's dead. Oh, but Ryu's towards Fierce, it only links into Shoryuken on a crouching opponent, and it's a really hard link because there's no like input buffer or like anything like that. So it ends up being like a really hard link to do. And if you've got a standing opponent, the only link you can go into is Super 2 or EXDP, and most Ryus don't run Super 2. Towards Fierce into Super 2 is okay, but like it's too hard to land towards Fierce. You'd rather just do any other confirm into Super 2. Super 2 combos will do high damage no matter how you land them. 2 low shorts into Super 2 still does a fuck ton. For the Ryu's Super 2, it's more important to find a way to land it than it is to like make it damaging, because it'll be damaging no matter what. And the real question is, can you land it, because it's his hardest one to land. Twelve is cool. I like watching him in matchups like this. He actually looks strong. 12 can just needle a taunt. It's like not a super good idea. I think that one might have been a taunt to taunt. A frustration taunt. 12 can just reaction needle or EX needle like any sort of taunt, so the defense boost you get is immediately nullified. But this is like a super hard match to win anyway. So I don't know if it mattered at all. From the health, I mean. Honestly, needle does such low damage that if you're not EXing it, then the defense boost is probably like a blood taunt. But you never see Hugo's go for that anyway. Hugo just doesn't get as much of a defense boost as like Q. Ouch. Jump jab is like a super, and jump strong are like super good normals in this matchup. God, the damage output difference is such an important thing though. I feel like 12 is controlling the space so much better, but like the hits he lands don't mean anything, and the hits Hugo lands like mean a lot. So just like Hugo's just winning like really hard by the middle of the game. It looks really unfair. Shigo's making this matchup look super unfair. This is such a hard matchup for 12 now. 12 is not geared for comebacks.
あ、そうなんだ。大会マジ応援だ。あ、そうなんだ。
He's trying to like play it like slow.
エンビー。エンビー。
Yeah, there it is. Hugo honestly probably could have turtled out that 36 seconds if 12 didn't just go in and get punished. Hugo could have kept that health lead as long as he was playing even a little bit defensive. 12 didn't have the mix-up slash damage output. Alright, healing Elena. Elena's jump tower combos are so good in this matchup. She can do the air 2 hit tower combos or like one hit and then like low, and it's such a problem for Hugo because he's so tall. Guh. Not even a clap. Strings into clap are super good even though they don't combo in this game. It's just that clap moves you forward a little bit and it's so plus on block that like it's like nearly riskless to go for. The only problem is if you reset to clap a lot you can get parried, but having your clap be parried is not that big of a deal for Hugo. Because even if your clap is parried, like it needs a really fast attack to hit you in time. And if your clap is parried, you can actually like super cancel it too. Just make it that much worse. In fact, I'm pretty sure a parried clap into super, you actually can't escape super 1 from Hugo. Like if you parry the clap and then he just cancels it to super, you're throwable. And there's no human way to cancel that parry in time because you're still locked into parry stun. The cancel happens during the parry stun. So you can't hold up even. That means you have to be turning 720s watching for the parries Hugo though, which most Hugos aren't doing during every clap. Clap has almost no recovery though, so even when it's parried, it's not that bad. Nice. This is gonna kill, I think. Hugo Super 1 is such a problem. Your whole game plan is just avoid that. You can eat so many things as long as you're not eating a Super 1 and have it still be good. Tried to blood taunt. He got the poison taunt. Or rather, he did the poison taunt. You don't have to get it. It's not hard to get. Another blood taunt. I don't know how... What am I trying to say? I don't know how much of the taunt you need to get out for it to be a blood taunt and not just to be stuffed. I don't know when Hugo gets his defense boost. The first boost taunts are pretty cool. The attack boost taunts are also pretty cool. The problem is all the other taunts that don't do anything. There's a bunch of taunts that like recover stun or like deal stun, increases stun you deal, and they're just impossible to actually use. Aura's taunt is nearly useless. Ryu's taunt is nearly useless. And then there are a lot of taunts where they just take way too long to get out. If you have like Yang or Necro, it's like they have a hard time getting their taunt out. It's like a good taunt, but they have a hard time finding a time to do it in footsie, so you mostly just see it after stuns. And then you have characters like, I guess Chun-Li, which is like a bad example, but she's like the best example. Where you can't do a taunt no matter what. There's just no time. The taunt just takes an hour. That looks so cool when it airs. What the fuck? That shootdown was so bad. I have a replay where I used Aura's taunt correctly. I've been thinking about the scenario for so long of when Aura actually goes for taunt and it's optimal. And in all the time I've ever played, I only have one archive where I think I used Aura's taunt and it was the right thing to do. I was against Denjin Ryu and I nearly got stunned by a Denjin and I was at like 80%. Ouch! 80% stun. And then I landed a chicken combo and I did 2 reps of chicken, then I did stand strong and cancelled it to taunt, and I recovered enough stun that by the time Ryu recovered I was only at like 30 or 40%. That was helpful.
最強のボディプレス抜いて
Or has so many enders for chicken combo, and I've always known that one of them was a recover stun ender. But like, when is that ever good?
なんかありましたねそんな昔
When you don't have super to complete your combo,
ナイスボンベ熱い質問目です
and when you're nearly stunned, and you against a character with high stun output. But you've got enough health that like the stun will make a difference.
どうやったら頑張ってます
Like you won't die if you get a random connect unless it stuns you. It's like such a specific thing. If you do a super 3 combo, it'll just restore enough stun by itself. If you just do a full super 3 combo, you'll end up getting like you'll end up going from like 90% to like 50%. This is gonna almost kill Chung.
だいぶパクパク食べてますね
The super's so strong.
ドライさんのこのぐるぐるがね実はめん
Crush Fierce.
ぐるぐる昇竜拳入りました昇竜拳昇竜拳
On crouching Hugo, I think Chun-Li can link super 2 on towards Roundhouse. He had a link available there. Didn't go for it, but he got the super confirm right after, so it doesn't matter. Chun-Li can do some pretty surprising links that no one ever uses.
惜しい
Like, down medium kick is so... The thing about Chun-Li is that, like, she has her car throw and her down medium kick, and, like, a few of her pokes, back fierce and down strong, are, like, 10 out of 10. They're, like, 11 out of 10.
ですね
And then most of her other shit is super situational. It's, like, stuff you would never use except, like, really, 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 really specific stuff.
今しゃがみキープノーキャンでいけるんだよねだからここはゲージを温存していくのかでも1本ぐらい使ってもいいかな
So, like, a lot of Chun-Li's, like, get really far without ever, like, learning that really specific stuff. A lot of Chun-Li's don't use, like, empty cancel, crouch jab into super, or, like, towards roundhouse into super on crouching opponents, or, like, stuff like that.
なるほどね
A lot of Chun-Li's can get to, like, the highest level of third strike play while still having, like, a very mid-level Chun-Li.
停止だったんですね
Just because Chun-Li is very strong and the things about her that are very strong, you don't need to be well-rounded to be a good Chun-Li. But if you watch Chun-Li mirrors, if you actually, like, we all make fun of Chun-Li mirrors and how insanely boring it makes the game. But if you watch Chun-Li mirrors, those really fine-tuned little kind of things are often the difference between winning and losing. You can see that really easily in like an MOV versus Tokido kind of set, or just MOV versus anyone, because MOV has all the little fine-tuned Chun-Li things. In addition to also being really good with the really broken stuff. He's got like the really subtle stuff.
厚刈りさんお願いします厚刈りさんお願いしますこれひっくり返るだろうこれ
It's really hard in third strike because there's opportunity cost a lot of the time. Well, I mean, there's opportunity cost in every fighting game,
さあもうドライさん
but
あやっつけちゃっててやっつけちゃダメ
ineffective attacks are actively detrimental in this game instead of just being useless. That's what I'm trying to say. If you do something dumb or predictable or like with poor mix-up or reactable or something like that,
なんかもうなんか内容
you can be attacking with something that does like 5% damage on hit, and then like you eat 30% damage if you're parried, shit like that. You can get like actively punished for being ineffective in this game, for attacking ineffectively.
辛いね危ないけどね
I'm trying to explain that, but it sounds really weird to say. But like, just take my word for it. I don't know if I'm like doing a good job.
行かないでほんとゲージ貯めるだけとかでもいいの
It's hard. Oh my god, he jumped. Why'd he jump? Stick to the ground.
ざわついた
Oh, that should have been. Whoa! He needed to find. He like threaded the needle,
ねこれ
the Elena, but like the needle was losing. He needed to play in a very specific way to lose. That was not a punish.
厚刈りさんだいぶメダパリがかかってますねそうですね
Darai hasn't found like a really crazy like way to land a 720 yet. He's done just the classic ones. He's just got a good eye for where to land them.
これ有利だけど間違いなく
Got the taunt. Got 2 taunts. Got 3 taunts. Got all 4. Why on earth would you, as Elena, give Hugo that? Hugo's health is through the roof now. I think he gets about 2,000 health with all 4 taunts. Not that it mattered. He ate literally everything.
昆虫マレットいやなんかドライさんの昆虫を呼び切ったのかもしれないですそうですねダウンロード終了ですそういうことか
Yeah, in like Street Fighter 2 or 4, if you attack with like stupid things, you're just losing a whole bunch of damage. Oftentimes, it's like you don't really lose success rate as much. In this game, if you attack with dumb things, it can actively kill you. That juggle. Air mallet smash into jump fierce. Jesus Christ, this Hugo had like... He got fucked by all that. Mallet smash is normally so bad. That's not bad, but like, doing the hard one repeatedly is like, hey, parry me please. What up, will kill? What you need. Specifically right now anyway. This is that good Q. I'm pretty sure that Elena's height is a problem in this matchup. It often is for Q. Q doesn't like tiny people. It affects his ability to use his main footsie tool, which is Dash Punch. It's not like Dash Punch is useless, but you just have to be a lot more careful with it on characters who are short. This happened. Infiltration versus Brolinho. We'll take a look at this in a minute. What's a Brolinho? Is that a guy? Nice parry, nice punish. You get a taunt off of this. Yum. Q gets taunts off of anti-air dash punches, anti-air slaps, air-to-air jump fierce, any command grab juggle. I think both his Super 1 and his Super 2. If he ends a combo in EX dash punch, like if he does command grab dash punch EX dash punch, for example, it still gets the wall bounce even though you've run out of juggle potential, so you can actually get 2 taunts against most of the cast. Certain characters can punish you though. Certain characters can punish the second taunt, but they have to like guess that you're gonna do the second taunt. They have to like do a wake up like reversal attack that'll hit you from like full screen. And they can't react to the taunt by the time they're supposed to do the special move. So they're just like, you know. Nice. That's so gimmicky. But like, it also works a decent amount. I've had people do that to me. Do something slightly punishable. Super Shoryuken or whatever. As they try and punish it. If they get their attack out in time to hit you, you eat it, whatever. If they almost get their attack out in time to hit you, they eat a super. The only downside is if they like don't even try to go in and you super, that you're super punishable. But like that's not something that often happens, so it's less risky than it seems. Car throw, back roundhouse. Oh, that was so risky. He needed that really badly though. That like completely turned the game around. He could still die to 1 dash punch into super. God, that parry, I guess the life flashed before my eyes. His life. Oh, that was it! That was actually the kill combo that Q just missed. You can reaction super that, and he didn't. Yeah, that's it. That's the problem. That was it. We saw it. The problem in this matchup is anti-air Rhino Horn. Oh, that hurts so much when you eat it. I think Elena on certain characters can do mallet smash on crouching opponents and then get links out of it. But it's like super precise. Both for range and like, I don't know, timing. There's a lot of mallet smashes. Mallet smash is pretty good at anti-air. You don't do it on reaction to the jump. It's more like an incidental anti-air that's really good. It gets nice connects on airborne opponents. Anti-air Rhino Horn is so strong. It leads to like a full juggle. This lane is playing this like super awful. No, like super well, but like super awful for 12. He's making this matchup look so shit. He knows like the things that 12 really suffers against. He just canceled the healing. That's kind of cool. You can do mid-combo healings, but it's insanely precise. Things like DP, cancel healing immediately, then another DP on cornered opponents. You almost never see shit like that. Those don't like kick. He needs to stop rushing this hit. He needs to just take his time and find the hit clean. He's lost so much health trying to find it, trying to force it. Oh my god.
今のは切腹です。切腹切腹ヒーリング出ましたね。切腹ヒーリング入りましたよ。
Twelve's anti-approach is pretty good. He's that character. He's that archetype that I don't quite have a name for. Counter pressure character. 12 is most effective when shutting down approach. But he's not really that effective at zoning. You know, there's like a difference between zoning and shutting down approach, you know what I'm saying? It's sad that that was a pretty smart thing to do. The problem with 12's air dash is once you air dash, you can't parry. And then, like, the only way to cancel the air dash is to any normal. And once you do the any normal, you can't parry. If 12 could parry during air dash, he would be a lot more viable. He would still be bad, but he would be more viable. Because one of the biggest problems with 12 is you just can't do anything against, like, incidental attacks that just go through the air. Like anti-air Rhino Horn, anti-air, like, fireballs from Oro and Urian. Stuff like that. Things that aren't very risky to do. Just shut down, like, a core component of his game. Twelve's mix-up, wow, I've never seen that. Seven House through a low fireball. 12's mix-up is really bad. Towards medium kick under a high fireball. What the fuck? This lane is pulling out the weird shit, trying to show off. You can steer hard kick a little bit. So if you hold towards and do hard kick, you can move a little bit, and I guess that helps him like move over low fireballs. It does have actual low body invincibility. So does back hard kick, which is a slightly different normal. It's like hard kick is the same as towards hard kick, but towards hard kick has a little bit of forward movement. But back hard kick actually changes the animation to make it a little bit taller. Back hard kick also gets its low invincibility sooner, and I think it has more of it. It's like better for various reasons. But the problem is the range is a lot worse. I don't think I have streamed Zelda 1 or 2. I streamed a Zelda ROM hack recently. If you can call it a Zelda ROM hack. Ouch. Oh my god. I think that throw just fucked him over. Yeah. That really shouldn't have been that. That should have been DP, but it wasn't going to hit fast enough anyway. Elena had to go for throws. Should have forced the low overhead mix-up instead of throw, like, hit mix-up. Easy to say retrospectively. Max damage! Oh my god! That's like the first time we've ever seen anyone get it. Unlike all the time we've ever watched like Elena. Like these Third Strike archives. That guy actually got the max damage Elena corner combo. Holy fuck! This is easier to do on some characters than others. Remy is probably one of the characters where it's not very hard. Did you see how much damage that did? This is the amount of damage Elena can do if she gets you in the corner and uses an EX bar and isn't bad. Jesus Christ, all the damage, dude. That did like half his health. That's really precise to hit. It needs to be like a first frame medium spin scythe, and you need to do another like first frame medium spin scythe. Oh my god. That was hype as fuck. He actually completed a combo. Rare footage of Elena completing a combo. This is my favorite Elena now. Favorite Elena to watch now. This is Atsugari. I already really like his Elena. Oh my god, a completed combo, dude. That didn't heal that much health. Like he could have healed more if he waited until he was more wounded. But I think he's trying to get another super before the end of the round. That's why he did it so early. He's like, if I just, play, I'll naturally get this meter back. As long as I use it soon. If I use it later, I might not get it back in time. Yeah, he's almost got it. Oh, what are you doing? Parry these. That's bar.
73エレナ。
Now Remy has a big problem on his hands because of that smart use of meter.
うわー、これ終わってんな。
This is a really hard comeback to make now.
当たんない。
Remy needs to land like a close medium kick. Like a good one. He needs to get that super meter, which is hard because you can't get super meter if your fireballs are being parried, so he needs to actually land hits. And then he needs like a good super confirm. He doesn't really need the super confirm anymore.
時がないからね、相手。行くしかないか。
He successfully attacked without. Ooh. Oh, that's probably the deal breaker. That backdash was really dumb. Oh, he got it, I think. Yep, it's over.
切腹。切腹確定。確定です。あそっから負けるはない。
I'm surprised that was a forward throw in the corner and not like a neutral throw. Technically speaking, Remy's car throw should always lead to a towards throw. His car throw is off of a towards normal, and getting a towards normal into neutral car throw is like really hard.
これダメ。
You have to release forward in that one frame,
別にエレナに
so it's like a double car.
これ
Not only do you have to get your inputs one frame apart, but there's two separate things you need to do in that one frame.
あ、間違ってる。なんか間違ってる。やめろよ。
So most car throws from Remy are forward throws, and that was probably a car throw.
いいね。
That's like why you'll see like Remy on corner opponent still go for a forward throw instead of a neutral one, even though he gets nice juggles out of a neutral one.
マジで当たっちゃうの。終わってる。だから終わりです。当たったら終わりです。でもこれは。
Remy's cool as fuck.
ちょっと待って。ルグレブだったら半分ってことです。
Oh, oh. Dudley has a fair amount of invincibility on ducking,
それクソリュウさんなんで。それ変わんないですか。
mostly upper body.
なんでクソリュウさんはあ、違う違う。俺も一緒なのかなと思ったけど、よく考えたら違ったよ。違うよ。違うよ。
Is that Mura
ヘボリュウさん今来たから。なるほど。
in names? Is that how you pronounce that one?
じゃあヘボリュウさん追加していいですか、こっちに勝手に。
If that's Mura, then that's Nakamura.
わかりま
It's
した。
not like Chumura or anything like that. Naka would be the reading you'd use in names because that's the Kun reading of that character. Nakamura sounds like a name.
いやでもね、
Or like, I know it's a name rather, but I don't know if that's Nakamura, but I'm now thinking it could be.
みんな
Because that's a reasonably common name.
大丈夫よ。わかるわかる。
And I'm pretty sure that that can be read like that.
あ、じゃあ
I'm like getting more and more certain the more I look at it. I gotta look that up. I'm gonna type in Nakamura and see if it works.
あ、でもこれ結構いい勝負してる。
Oh fuck.
ちょっとヘボリュウさんにゲ
No.
ージが溜まれば、あー、痛い。
Mura names is the village.
マジか。
I should have known.
しっかり立ち上がった。多分運ゲ。ちなみに EX するのはマイナー2です。直されて。そっか。でもじゃあ投げは確定があったら確定です。
How do you pronounce that character? I gotta like type that in somewhere.
ロケットか。
I know it's Gen, but like, I don't know how to pronounce. I don't know what the Kun reading for that character is.
怖いね。怖いね。あ、なるほど。できるんですかね。
Some characters don't have a Kun reading.
やばいよ。
It could just be Knock again. It could just be Chu again.
引っかかって。さあ、どっちかしねよ、どっちかしね。
Oof.
届いてよかったね。下風呂。さあ、これザミニアンさんが死亡。次に出てくるのが。
That's the wrong spelling of arc.
出したらサマ確定だから。惜しかったよ。
Kiraki.
頑張って。
All three Elenas are pretty similar in skill, I feel. But they're good at slightly different things.
この組み合わせは意外といい組み合わせなんですけど、はい、バナオカシ会議の結論としては、はい、開幕から99秒ダトイが飛び続けてもエレナが絶対死ぬっていう。じゃあエレナやることないんだ。エレナ側はやることない。頑張って対空を散らす。
The right side Elena.
うん。
Ooh, nice.
なるほど。でブルーライで前出してくぐれるっていう。あ、じゃあ結構出し力なんだけど。
Kiraki's like the Elena on the West team or whatever. On the right team. I don't know if the right team is the West team, to be honest. I can't see anything on the screen that seems to indicate either way. I've always just kind of assumed. Ooh. That actually comboed. That went pretty far. That's like approaching the max range. Max range low strong, especially if you get it as a counter poke, will not always combo into Super 2. And it's always really awful when it misses. Elena wishes she had a cancel that wasn't fucking low strong. Elena's only cancels are like fucking, I think, stand short, low strong, and like the first hit of stand strong, which are all extremely mediocre. And I think low short cancels the super, but not special moves. I'm not sure about low short. Low short might just cancel in general. Well, these videos are called East versus West, but I don't know. I guess East being right would make more sense. But I always just took it to be East on the left or West on the right. Interesting parry.
8人目対5人目、8人目出てきたのはスーパードライさんのチューリーですね。スーパードライさんで、今日ドライさん。
スーパードライ。
そうですね、ドライさんさっき、あんなに勝ってたんで、それがスーパーになってるってことはこれも大変ですよ。もうキャラも変わってますしね。そうですね。Gotta be real careful with the Hosanshis this John because it's parryable. It's like a worse mallet smash. It's got a mallet smash hits airborne opponents where Hosanshi pretty much never does. Mallet smash does a lot more damage and stun. They're both overheads. They both have like that little jump arc thing. Hosanshi's a bit faster, which I guess helps it not get parried, which is the main weakness of mallet smash. Ugh. But they're super similar moves. Mallet smash is generally the better one. Anyway, you have to be really careful with Hosanshu. You have to sneak it in, because if you get parried. Chun-Li doesn't have a whole lot of... Like, Chun-Li's mix-up is normally really safe. You're choosing between two pretty safe actions. Left forward carries almost no risk, because it mainly functions as a counter poke, and even when it's parried, you can still make it... Like, you can still potentially super cancel it. So people who parry low forward often do nothing. That's a shame. I like that we saw Stand Strong get cancelled. Chun-Li can buffer. Chun-Li doesn't have that many... Like, Chun-Li's special move inputs are in really stupid places. She's got, like, a flash kick, a lightning legs, and then, like, a half circle back kick. Like, she has almost no, like... And a half circle forward punch. She has almost no command overlap. So it's really easy to do, like, things like quarter circle forward, crouch medium... Or quarter circle forward, medium punch, quarter circle forward kick. It's really easy to buffer with Chun-Li, because of how ridiculous her special move inputs are. I think this was actually an intentional part of her design. Nice. I wonder what this game would be like if Chun-Li was full charge. I mean, it wouldn't change almost anything except her fireball. It would make back fierce fireball super a lot less functional, and it would change almost nothing else, because she doesn't really throw fireballs in footsies. EX fireball isn't really a factor at all. It would literally change almost nothing about her. She doesn't use almost any special moves, so changing the inputs on her special moves wouldn't matter much. I wonder how she'd be with a Tensho Kyaku. Didn't even get a hit. Wow. That super whiff's pretty fast. Ugh. That was crouching opponent too. Taihei, we see him a lot in these things. Oof. That's unsafe on block. Chun-Li's punishes aren't super hot before she has a meter. Round start is like your main way to make comeback. I mean, not comebacks, but like, this is where you do all your winning. You can see the matchup has already changed quite a lot. Ooh, that dash through. I don't know if that was a deliberate non-super. That was a pretty good super land, because that was like the super that would issue his comeback. But he wouldn't have won even if he landed that super. And he might need the meter like now. Having 2 bars as Chun-Li is like so bad for your opponent. Nice. And then that happened. Tackle might be punishable by super on hit. Oof. Aaron's recovery on his tackles is kind of long. That red parry. That red parry is not very hard to do. Block a jump and attack, and then parry. The opponent's attacking at a very predictable time.
That's 3 frames.
前でもタックル打つかノーマータックル打つかですよね今のは。なるほどね。ヘッドで入ったら多分今のフォーク出ちゃってたっぽいんで。
Okay.
ちなみに膝ブロック。
Okay.
これは確認ません。
Oh, he was just outside the effective range. That would have comboed if he was 1 inch closer to the corner. But he's light normals. I'm pretty sure Chun-Li can reversal super that. Did that combo? I was gonna go through. Yeah, that's like the one range. Chun-Li can recover into the mirror. She has to be like super, super well positioned in order to actually use the super to go through the mirror, which she was right there. That was like very intelligent. That was good. Super comes out really quick. God, Urian's health is pretty high, isn't it? Stammerhanos versus, like, he could have blocked, and that would have made it a 50-50. Block and tech throw. He went for the parry. And Chun-Li, by mixing it between, like, low, medium kick, Stammerhanos, or throw, was giving him basically one chance in 3 of winning. Since he was parrying. Hey, Lone Wolf. Nice. Very nice. Ooh, why the hell would you wake up parrying there? That wasn't a cross up unblockable or anything. He had him on the same side. He just would have gotten pushed left if he blocked the mirror. That was like a really terrible parry. He was much better off just blocking low. Even if Urian did an overhead, it wouldn't have done that much damage and it wouldn't have led to a combo. That was honestly like a really bad decision. Nice save. Crushing opponent. Still not enough. Oh, is he dead? Yeah. Super's too damn strong. Everyone who defended this game when this character exists. Ooh, very nice confirm. This is actually a reasonably fine matchup. This is like 4-6, I think. Like, Urian would prefer not to have to fight Chun-Li, but it's not like he gets absolutely fucked by her or anything. This is actually one of the matchups where Chun-Li is okay and not broken. I mean, more people voted for Gal, and I was pretty impartial, so I guess Gal's my new main. Just gonna hit? Yeah. Oh, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't in time to save him. I was gonna say Chun-Li's probably gonna eat this mirror. I mean, I probably still will play both, but I feel like Guile's exactly okay. Like, here's my reasoning for why I really want to change mains to Guile. Like, I really genuinely do. Okay. The only reason I really play Laura over Guile is that my Laura is like better than my Guile, and already the difference is almost like gone. Like, I'm almost a better Guile than I am a Laura, even though like even though I played Laura for longer, like a lot longer. But Guile is like, he's more of the kind of character I like to play, with the lame and the slow down the game and the really good pokes and whatnot. He's more the character that I look to play. Okay. Ooh, Chun-Li actually won that. I guess it wasn't a trade, it just looked like a trade. Chun-Li got the kill 1 frame sooner. Because she shouldn't have lived through that hit. Anyway, 1, Gal's more my archetypical like playstyle. But kind of playstyle I really like playing. 2, I think he's a really strong character, and I also think he's very underrated. Like, I think most people agree that he's one of the stronger DLC characters, if not the strongest. But very few people call him like a top 5 character, and I feel like he's a top 5 character. I think Guile is like super good. So whenever there's a character like that I think is really underrated, I really like maining them. Like, I played Evil Ryu back before he was popular, when I still thought he was like top tier in like AE and AE 2012. I played Leno and I thought she was top tier. I play Oro and I think he's like top tier. I play a lot of characters where I think that they're like criminally underrepresented, and I really enjoy trying to make them look as broken as I think they are. And Gal is currently that character for me in SF5. So like Guile's a character I think is strong, and he's a character that matches my playstyle, and he's a character I like playing. He's one of like not that many defensive characters in SF5, and I really like playing defensive. Laura's not very defensive at all. Laura's counter pressure is really good, and counter pressure is ultimately very defensive. So like even though like Laura seems like she would be 100% rushdown from the kind of character she is, she's actually like way less rushdown than like Mika or Zangief. But even then, she's way more rushdown than the kinds of characters I usually play. But like Guile is a pure counter pressure character when he's not zoning, and zoning is also incredibly defensive. Ouch. So Guile is like almost pure defense. Guile is also very technical and has a nice skill ceiling, which is one of my complaints about Laura, is that everything that she has that's high ceiling, I'm like bad at. And I'm good at all the stuff that Guile has that's high ceiling. Crazy charge buffering during comma, sign me up, I'm good at that shit. I can do that. Oof. Oh, that throw. That was smart, but he just mistimed it, but Chun-Li didn't try to tech a throw or anything. Ouch. I tend to do better against like high-level players with Guile already. SF5 is a very balanced game. I think one of its problems, nice combo, that was like max damage there. One of its problems is that all the characters who are really strong for really similar reasons. Which is way too high, like, ceiling. Or I shouldn't say ceiling, I should say potential, because Ryu's ceiling is really low. But it's that his potential is really high, because of parry, the way parry works. Ryu's well-roundedness is way too high. Chun-Li's well-roundedness is way too high. Maybe Nash, too. Nash isn't super well-rounded. And also, all the really strong characters are defensive in a game that's almost all rushdown. So it just feels like maybe like defense is too strong, and the only reason defense isn't even stronger than it is that most characters struggle while playing it. I feel like it is kind of too balanced. I mean, I don't think balance is a bad thing, but I think too balanced would be more accurate than unbalanced. Parry into throw. He probably wanted neutral throw. It's very cookie cutter, I feel sometimes. All the pressure is like programmed in, you know what I mean? Street Fighter 4 had the same issue. You can find something in like most anime games or like Street Fighter 3 or like some other, like Street Fighter Alpha, I guess, where you can find something, Marvel, that's super broken, and you can use that as like a surrogate skill. You can be worse at other things, but you can have like some really crazy tech that you found that makes up for your like skill difference. You can do that in like a lot of fighting games. You can't do that in Street Fighter 4 or Street Fighter 5. You can only be so much better than the opponent, you know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, the skill ceiling is still super high. You still have people like Daigo who can beat like fucking 99% of players. So clearly the skill ceiling is not a huge issue. But it's more about being consistent than being way better, you know what I mean? Like, no matter what the skill difference is, it's really hard to get it perfect. There's like a very clear hard limit on like how good you can be most of the time. Like, being good is mostly like having a clean anti-air, you know what I mean? It's like that is good, but it's only like good for one tiny component, like that one jump in. Ooh, nice confirm. A meaty fireball into super. That's like a really off confirm. You never see shit like that. Nice punish. Maybe his damage is not super high. I think that was a red parry. YSB. I kind of agree. I feel like Street Fighter 4 really needed to be 3 out of 5, but couldn't because of how slow it was. And 5 is less of that issue. I feel like Street Fighter 5 is decided by fewer mix-ups than 4. And the mix-up is like, the mix-ups are more pure than they were in SF4 because of the weakening of Vertex, making like the mix-up scenario a lot worse. The removal of crouch check and the addition of like counter-hittable like techs. Nice, he did it again. That's like a really weird confirm. I like that. Most people don't even acknowledge this is like a possible thing you can do. Later, Quoddy Pie. That was a good comeback. He was like toast, I thought. Remy's bad at comebacks. He got a bunch of stuff he really needed. I feel like there really needs to be more meter in SF5. I feel like that's one of my problems. I feel like supers are too game changing when you land them, and you don't have them enough. I thought that about Street Fighter 4 as well. I mean, I like the reduced price of supers in 5 compared to 4. 3 bars is a lot more manageable. But I feel like 2 bars is probably the amount that they should have shot for. And I would also make it so that supers like did way less damage. Like if they cut all the power of supers in half and made them 2 bars to use, that would be the game I want to play. Because it would make reversal super a lot more functional, which a lot of characters are really relying on. And it would just make it like you'd be able to look for your super more frequently. And you'd have like EX and super combos, which would be kind of cool. Like an EX move and a super in the same combo. That's like the way I would change SF5 if I had like full reign. That's one of the things I would do. 2 bar supers that aren't as good. And then like V system, like its V triggers are too late. They're always like end game. And there's no like motivation to save them. I feel like there should be. I don't know how I'd change V trigger. V trigger is already like it's already super well balanced, and changing anything about it will remove some of the balance. It's not like I can just change 2 things and they'll counteract each other. Because of the fundamental nature of V triggers, you've got to use all your V bar. There's no way to change that. And changing the amount of V bar you need would change other things that I don't want to change. You need a Kara on Aura to do the corner throw into uppercut. And the Kara is kind of hard. It's like towards medium kick into up towards hard kick or whatever. Or I guess just punch. I don't know how that Kara works in Tight Strike. I don't know if a punch would work. I wouldn't say there's any V triggers that really suck, except like maybe Fongs. V trigger definitely takes the most game design risks of anything in Street Fighter 5. And it takes quite a lot of game design risks. They left a really crazy high potential with most V triggers. A lot of V triggers enabled that character to do something like really borderline broken. Like Alex's parry, like it's like not super strong. It's strong enough that you can use it. It's like alright. But like the potential on it is so high. Like it could just turn into something like insanely broken. With enough play. When people using it like fully properly. That's a pretty extreme example because that's a V trigger with a lot of potential. Ugh. Dash in low parry, stand strong, but stand strong was out of range. Because V trigger is super crazy high, like, potential. You can basically get, like, there's so many ways you can get, like, a near pure 50-50 out of that. I mean, I wouldn't change much about Street Fighter 3. I would mostly change, like, balance and stuff. I don't know what I'd change. I'd probably just make individual character changes rather than any sort of mechanical thing. Parries are a bit strong, but I don't think that's bad. I think it's okay to have characters be relying on parries. I think that probably I would make it so if you throw a fireball and the fireball gets parried, you still get meter. like for throwing the fireball. I feel like a lot of characters like just get lamed out because they don't get enough meter to keep up with the opponent, and that would be less of a problem. Fireballs build almost no meter in general, which is stupid. But you don't, especially you don't get any meter at all if you just throw a fireball. The fireball has to like be blocked before you get the meter for it, and if it gets parried, you get nothing. Ooh, Buki's V skill is like a poke. She takes a big step back and then takes a big step forward and like shoots this blue thing at you. It theoretically destroys fireballs, but more importantly, it's more ranged than most of her other attacks are, and it has a back step before she does it, which also means you can use it as a counter poke. You don't see Ibuki's V skill that much though because, well, it's actually super good. It's actually underutilized. It's better than people realize it is, and that's because you can ender combos with it, which builds V meter, so it's already like a pretty good ender. And also, if you end a bomb combo in V skill, which almost no one does right now, you can cancel that V skill into another bomb. You can use that to, as a mix up to land your second bomb, and you get really good setups off of that. That was pretty rad. That might have been a mistake. That sounds really strange to say, but he had a punish on that no matter what. And parrying wasted a lot of his super time compared to just blocking. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say, Pamente. That would help characters. That would help like a lot of low tiers without changing the high tiers at all. But like changes like that, like changes that help the low tiers and not the high tiers, that's a risky road. Because there are a lot of changes where it's like it's not a risky road. It's just like if you only change things that help low tiers and not high tiers, you'll be changing things that aren't necessarily broken. It's just that like they're broken based on who uses them. It's like whiffing normals to build meter. There's nothing really defective about that. Every character can do it. It's just that it happens that a lot of the characters who can do it are high tier. So like if you nerfed it, you would be nerfing the high tiers. But like there's nothing about whiffing normals building meter like being particularly strong compared to other mechanics. It's only notable because it's mostly the strong characters who benefit from it. It's not like it would nerf the strong characters that much. Yeah, that's got true invincibility. Even though it got stuffed. I think it hit as a punish. Dudley had to parry that, and I think that he was still busy throwing the rose. That was smart. I'd have done it too. He couldn't do a Crouch Fierce into super reset there. Nice. Because he ran out of juggle potential because his starter was a stomp. Neat. Neat. He needs to throw a fireball and then do a super. Yeah, that, but not. He didn't do the super. He's got corner Dudley, and that just creates such problems for Dudley because Dudley's really Dudley can't jump very high. Nice. There it is. Yeah, that was a kill scenario. Dudley had to block the command grab and then start red parrying the super again. There was pretty much no way to live through that. He had to do like a block in the middle of his parry. I mean, oftentimes the stronger characters will also have better supers, so even if characters are building meter at the same rates, a character with a better super will still be benefiting more. But it's like, I don't really agree with just removing the ability to whiff to build meter. That's one of the few ways you can actually play defensive in this game, and let's not just take it away. Even if it's a way of playing defensive that a lot of people don't find interesting. Yon just sitting full screen doing low strongs. Better footies in SF5 with Balrog and Lura. No. Stay medium kick. I mean, it's not super hard to learn SF3 Ryu. He's one of the easier characters to learn.
状態で、やっぱジャンプ中継で飛び込んだとめっちゃ強いですよね、オロ。
Ryu is actually really neat in this game because he's almost identical to every other version of Ryu. The differences between this Ryu and other Ryus are really subtle.
マジでなんで当たんのあれ。むしろ戻った後にもう一回押してたぐらいの勢いでしたけどね。
The thing about him that mostly makes him interesting is the way his supers work, because he has 3 functional supers, and all 3 of them radically change the way he's played as a character. Like, fishing for parries becomes a lot more effective with Super 2. The kinds of combos you go for are different for all 3 supers. Like, you'll see, like, meaty, like, overhead, or, like meaty stem medium, like, close medium kick, or whatever. You'll see a lot of things with, like, Super 1 that you don't see with other supers, or, like, a lot of EX fireballs. His entire footsies will change if he picks Super 1. And then his entire footsies will change if he picks Super 2. And his entire footsies will change if he picks Super 3. Like, the whole character changes based on the super, which is, like, the only character like that. Elena's, like, the same all the time, except when she supers, even though all 3 of her supers are viable. Like, the character doesn't change at all. Ryu speeds the recovery of his stun, which is okay. It's like a permanent effect for the rest of the round. So it's good in a matchup where you're likely to take a lot of stun, like against Denjin Ryu or Makoto. If you get that off like at some point early in the round, it can maybe save you. Nice. Hit the red parry his way to safety. Very tricky. That's unsafe on hit. 2-hit Denjin from point blank. But it didn't matter there, because it was going to kill. Yeah, it's just really hard to design a character where, like, the basic options aren't changing, but, like, only the super's changing, and yet the character still changes the way they're played. Ooh. Like, see, any other, like, fucking... That's what I'm talking about. Like, right there. Like, Ryu, even though, like... That's Stand Fierce right there, okay? And not that Stand Fierce, that parry. That parry he just got on that, like, tackle. If this was a Super 2 Ryu, he would probably just go for the meter build. He would probably just do, like, if he had Super 2, he would just do Super 2. He would do, like, Stand Fierce, like, hard DP Super 2 or something like that. He would go for, like, a really high damage Super 2 combo, okay? If he didn't have Super 2, he'd probably just pursue building the meter. So he'd probably just do, like, Stand Fierce Hard Tatsu or something like that. Just get as much damage as he can, get the corner position he can, and then just, like, try to build that meter. If it was Super 1 Ryu, he would probably be okay to burn an EX bar at this stage in the fight. He'd probably just do, like, Stand Fierce into EX off the wall, EX Donkey Kick, and then like a hard Tatsu from there. And he'd probably be okay to burn that EX because, like, he's, you know, his meter, he's picking that super, like, mostly for EX, and it wouldn't take that much more EX to get his super back. And then, since he's playing Denjin, he really wants the corner. Like, even if he didn't have the super here, he'd probably still punish with back throw to get his opponent into the corner to try and get some stun going, so that when he gets his Denjin, which is, like, gonna be pretty soon because Denjin builds pretty fast, he's already got, like, the screen position where it's ideal. Like, Ryu's parry right there, whether he had super or not, for any of the 3 supers, was gonna be a radically different thing. And, like, because he's Denjin, he immediately tosses the opponent to the corner and then goes for his Denjin setup because he has enough meter to use it. You see what I'm saying? Like, his game plan changes so much based on which super he's picking, regardless of whether he has the super. There were, like, 6 different Ryus there in that position. There was, like, Super 1 Ryu with super, Super 1 Ryu without super, Super 2 with, Super 2 without, Super 3 with, Super 3 without. And there were, like, 6 different punishes. For most characters, that would be, like, 3 different punishes, and the only thing that would change was, like the super cancel at the end of the combo would be 3 different supers, but for Ryu it actually changes everything. Jump back fierce, not very risky. The worst thing that can happen with the jump back fierce is you getting reset, and that's exactly what just happened, and Tominaga got the reset. Pretty sure... Oh, that actually killed. Not to say I'm pretty sure he should have done a taunt instead, but what he did was actually strong enough.
移動すれば絶対なんですかね。ウォークションが移動しなくてもちゃんと入って、
It's because Ryu has different goals with all his supers. His combos obviously change quite a lot because all of his like optimal damage super combos are different depending on what super he's picking. But his game plan, like what he wants, changes even when he doesn't have super. Super 2 Ryu doesn't want to use EX because he wants to save that to build the bar. Super 1 like doesn't mind using an EX at all, and Super 3 like prioritizes screen position. His priorities change a whole lot, which is why he has different punishes. I think he got him. Very interesting. This isn't gonna dizzy, is it? He missed it. Ouch. This is almost kill. Oh, this is so deadly. Yep, there it is. Tominaga, only human. That experimental little stand jab is so hard to deal with. It looks very innocent, but it's actually quite hard to parry because it's often used just out of range. But it comes out really fast and it like easily shuts stuff down. Ugh. If you react to that uppercut hitting, you can just get a full charged engine. And it's very difficult to get out of a full charged engine scenario without taking some damage. The thing is, backdash won't often get out of Karakusa, because Karakusa has pretty good range and backdashes have no throw invincibility. So you can't just do a backdash predicting a Karakusa and get a punish, because oftentimes you'll just get grabbed anyway. You have to be in a scenario where like backdash can come out in time that you'll actually get out of range by the time Makoto is Karakusa-ing. You don't see that very often. Crouch fierce. Anti-air super jump, and then he did the kunai as Ryu went for an early parry. There's a really shit mix-up, kunai versus jump and attack, but they have two different parry timings, so you can't just parry out willy-nilly. But they like jump-ins lead to good damage, and jump-in kunai leads to almost nothing. So Ryu did like he did the wrong thing, but the thing he did had like very little risk. Karakusa range is, it's not super far. It's like, as long as like Makoto's feet are like touching your feet, you're probably in range. Yeah, twice as long as you think. There you go. It's slightly further. It's like appreciably further than a normal throw. I'm having a really hard time like describing a range of a fucking throw. Yeah. It's further than Laura's command grab range in Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter 5. But less far than her EX command grab range. What's an actual good comparison? Makoto Karakusa in this game is like T-Hawk. No, I don't know. It's like T-Hawk Light SPD in 4. It's like right around there. Is that a punish? Got it. Depending on the hits that Ryu gets, he'll sometimes be really far away, but that will punish regardless, because it's really far. Hey. Nice. Punish sweep, blue sweep. Oh my god. Jesus. That was smart. Low strong was probably out of range there. He got a parry and he went for far strong, which goes farther. And then it was like the max range where you can do far strong and still link super. That was very intelligent. I'm really surprised it worked though. I can't tell if that was character mastery or really reckless to go for that. Oh yeah, this is kill. Smart. Yeah, it changes based on the version. The hard one has the most range. I already slept. It's kind of weird, but I'm like kind of excited for work tomorrow. I normally don't like my work that much, but I just feel like It's a 6-hour shift, which is not that bad. And it's on a Sunday, which is a day where it's reasonably busy, and thus I'm not really bored. Nice! Parry into block is a really easy way to bait a DP. But there's a good chance you're throwing away a good combo, because there's a good chance he's not going to DP. So a lot of people don't do parry into block. I'm on tomorrow with a bunch of guys I like working with. And I have 4 days off in a row this week, which means I'm probably going to make a whole lot of content. Probably going to try and make like 2 Rising Up videos this weekend. I'm definitely going to make the combo one, because like I've been seeing some stupid comments about like what combos are. So I just want to have a video that just explains what the fuck a combo is. How combos work. And then I'll talk a little bit about like... I want to talk about like what a punish combo is and what a confirm combo is. But I haven't introduced the concept of safety yet. So I need to decide if I want to talk about safety now, or if I want to talk about safety later. But like it seems dumb to talk about combos and not talk about what a confirm combo is and what a punish combo is. Seems dumb to not talk about, like while talking about the different kinds of combos, the different times you use combos seems like a really nice thing to talk about. I want people who watch the combos video to then watch, I want them to be able to watch my B&B videos and understand what the fuck they're looking at. That's like my game plan. Because then I can start making the B&B videos for the Shoryuken channel. I already know pretty much exactly what I'm going to say. Because I'm just going to explain what the fuck combos are. The only question that's lingering in my mind is, do I explain safety now or do I explain safety later? I think I want to give like a preliminary explanation of safety, but it's hard because when I talk about how some moves are like punishable, I'm going to talk about what a punish is. But then it's like, why would if I just bring that up by itself, it's like, why would I even go for a move that's punishable versus a move that isn't? So I'll have to at least talk a little bit about like, you know, Dragon Punches are like good to go for reasons that have nothing to do with their safety. Confirm and punish combos are something that like, that's definitely not obvious for a beginner. Explaining frame data will be in that video. Or I'm not going to explain it. I'm not going to go into super detail. I'm just going to talk about things that you need to know. I'm pretty much going to say exactly that. Like, there's a lot of information in frame data, but the only things you need to pay attention to right now are like move startup. Nice combo. Ugh, that was a really unsafe fireball. That throw was a punish, but there could have been a bigger one. Ken, when he's not point blank, his punishes are kind of whack. Like fucking low medium kick EX fireball or something like that. His Tatsu combos aren't super strong. Couldn't he have super canceled that? That was nice. Doesn't that hit? If you do like double DP and then you cancel the super 1, I mean super 3, doesn't that get like 1 hit of super 3? I'm not sure actually. Not sure in double DP combos. I know on grounded opponents it gets like a couple hits of super 3, but in double DP combos it might just use up all your circle potential too fast. Nice parry. Yeah, the punish! He saw the teleport, he's like, fuck you. Oh. He's dead. That demon combo, he was just dead. There was just nothing to do to live there. That super is too good at sealing out rounds. Only balanced by the fact of its high cost. That's pretty cool. He could have done a DP or another Tatsu. Akuma bleeds so hard. Like a low medium kick super just almost tied up the game. Wow. Crouching opponent made that combo super powerful. Like look at that, timeout. Let's do that again. That did so much damage. That did like half his health. Off like a dive kick combo that wasn't even like crazy optimized. Hit confirm is a question I get a lot. People are like, what is a hit confirm?
さあ往年のクソ対決ですねこれは。そうですね。マッチメスターといえば。どっちが勝つのこれ。最近でもマスト強いからな。
I'll do Radiant Dawn eventually. That is one of the games I want to play on stream. I've never actually beaten Radiant Dawn. I've only gotten most of the way through part 3. And then, I like got distracted. I got to the stage where you're Makai's units and you have to defend yourself against like 2 billion fucking Lagoos led by Ike's army. And Makaya gets like the fucking tome that lets her attack from far away and shit. Purge? Shoulder combo should be enough. It's gonna be close though. I honestly, genuinely, truly, and like purely hate Micaiah. I absolutely despise Micaiah. Micaiah is one of the worst characters in anything I've ever seen. They were like trying to recreate a Soren and did a really bad job. Soren's one of my favorite characters. It's because Soren is literally Micaiah. Like, they're the same fucking character. It's just that in universe, like, Soren is regarded as kind of an autist, even though he's intelligent. He's like kind of like socially like unaware, and he's kind of like aloof. And like Micaiah is like the special snowflake, kind of aloof. I liked Radiant Dawn when I played it. Path of Radiance is probably my favorite Fire Emblem. But it's not like Radiant Dawn is really bad. The only complaint I have of Radiant Dawn is that enemy turns take way too fucking long, and it seems really hard to train individual characters. Because you just have like, your armies are too big, and there's too many characters on your team. It seems like with all the character shuffling going on, like how good a character is when you get them is more important than their fucking potential growth. But maybe that's not true at endgame. But it just seemed like whoever my strongest character at the time was by far the most useful. And it seemed hard to get like the low level characters to really be playing with like the same game as the high level characters. The pre-promotes are just super good in Radiant Dawn, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard to think of a reason not to use the pre-promotes in Radiant Dawn. Because they're not any worse than the unpromoted characters. How long is this? 58 minutes.